Hey YouTube, Dinosaur Mode here with a review of Otomonin Series EX Dinomaru. Like Otomonin, that sounded really fast. Sounds like I said Ottoman. Otomonin, there we go. I said it like Ottoman. Anyway, so this is the latest auxiliary Zord. This in particular one is actually from the Ninninger movie. There's a good chance he could appear later in the series. Sometimes the movie mecha do make an appearance a bit later, but right now he is currently just from the movie. That's why he's EX. He has an orange dinosaur because apparently we have not done enough dinosaurs. Before we dive right into the figure, let's go to everyone's favorite part of the box. Pretty typical, there's nothing too spectacular about it. It just shows you the Zord, how he transforms into different modes, how he transforms with the Megazord, and then on the top here, like a little sort of action shot shows you it again. Here is the Shuriken right there. Side shot kind of shows the same thing. Same thing there as well. On the back, it just shows you again more of how it works, and all that fun stuff. So, pretty typical fare there. So for the Dinomaru himself, this is his dinosaur mode. Like, obviously, like, I don't know how that wouldn't be obvious in any way. Which, honestly, he's okay looking. I'm not a huge fan, to be honest. I just think it looks kind of sloppy in a way. I mean, you got these tiny little legs here, and then you have these big, like, stump legs just, like, sticking out. Like, obviously, that's the way the T-Rex is, but it looks so weird. It just doesn't look right at all. And he's pretty basic, too. I would say, I just feel like he's not as cool looking as the other ones in terms of some details and stuff. You do have the drill tail going on down there, which can probably straighten out a bit more if I was fixing it up, but yeah, and he can move his head a little bit, and he can move his mouth open. I kind of like to actually just have him fall apart completely and just embarrass me. No, I kind of like to have him look like he's like an all-fours dinosaur, because I think it just makes him look a little bit better. I just think it just looks more natural that way. I don't know, there's just something about the way that he's supposed to stand that just looks really off for me. It's just, I don't know, see, it's real strange looking for me, for sure. And especially in terms of other dinosaur looking things. Like, it's not awful, worst thing I've ever seen, but still, it could definitely be a lot better looking for sure. Alright, so he does have a little robot mode like they usually do. I'm just going to sort of take him apart here. So, because it's just easier that way. So this is going to be the main part of the robot body. You just pull this up and you get the little head. It's a pretty decent little head sculpt. It kind of looks like a mascot guy. But that's his head sculpt. Put this here on the front like so. And actually fold his head up a little bit. There you go. So you have that. And then you have his little, like, cannons here at the top. It's very reminiscent, which is also going to be in the Megazord mode, but of Pound Maru, the way he has those cannons, and then the way they're going to work in the Zord. And then put his tail back here. So yeah, there you have his little robot-y mode, which honestly I'm also not a huge fan of. I just think it's super clunky. The cannons completely hide his face. It looks like a giant little orange brick. Giant little, that contradicts itself, but like from the side it just looks like a weird dino machine thing, and it's just very orangey and blocky, and just again not quite as cool looking as the other robot mode Ottomans. But you do have the Shuriken here, which is obviously part of it at first, but now it's on its own, but which I actually quite dig the Shuriken design-wise. I think it looks pretty cool. I dig the little the faceplate helmet for the Zord, and just the way it looks. I think it's pretty cool looking. I like the rule spiked approach for the Shuriken, which makes sense. That's going to lift up because obviously it's going to be in Megazord mode. But yeah, I really dig the way the Shuriken looks. And it's got pretty typical Shuriken noises when you press the button back here when it's in this mode. So it'll cycle through those sounds just on its own, unless you want to like press the hidden buttons or anything. Not hidden, but you know what I mean. Just real quick in the Shinobi Maru, in Ichibantou. So yeah, pretty typical stuff for the Ichibantou and stuff like that. Alright, now we are going to go ahead and combine him with the Shuiken, no, with Shurikenjin. So I already, like with the other reviews I do, went ahead and prepared him. There's really not much to it, just, swap this arm here, put yellows on the back. These look a little funny here. That's fine. Take him out so that's empty, and you don't really need the main Shuriken head. So it's really easy prep, it just kind of saves time, even though I've already wasted it explaining it. So, take these pieces off, and then take the tail piece off, and he's going to sit in there like they all do. It's a smidge different in a way. So it seems a little more finagling, and then it works right away, but his legs fit in there pretty easily actually, and then you just swing the little handles around underneath his molded hands. The other ones kind of have hands you can move around and finagle on there, but these you just swing them around since they're all solidly one piece as part of it. Now, okay, so for the weapons here, you can either do this, where you put these in his hands and they're two swords, or you can do one of these and the drill sword, or you can do one drill sword and one thing. Either way, you're kind of left with some extras. I'm going to do one drill sword for now, so just pull this down and you'll have like a drill sword type deal, and then put one of these here, and then this is just kind of left to the side for the moment. I'll talk about that in a minute here. But then, as typically, just fold this down, place it on top, and you will get its unique jingle. Boom. So not a bad jingle there. And in terms of design, I actually don't mind his Megazord design. I know I'm using Power Rangers terms, but it's just easier for me. So I don't mind it entirely. Like I said, I actually quite dig the little helmet faceplate there, and I like the way that looks. I think that the dinosaur face coming off here looks pretty good because we've had stuff like that before, so it looks pretty natural. My main problem with this mode is just the weapons, because, either way, you're kind of left out in the cold with one, and it's just kind of confusing. I think the drill's certainly the cooler option, because these are essentially just like Pound Maru's little, what they just look like, spatulas. But you can, what I usually do when I'm just, wanting to store it, is I just put this in the hand back here, and it kind of acts as a tail, and you can put it the other way and bend it down so it's out of the way a little bit. So you can do that, just to, it sort of saves you on space a little bit. It doesn't work. When you're just trying to move it around, like when I was moving it down here for the review and stuff, but obviously if it's going to be on a shelf, that's going to create a huge little spatial issue, but at least it does give you a way to store it. But that kind of bothers me, just that you're kind of left with a leftover piece, which is just, I never like that. And especially with something like this, it just bothers me. But other than that, looking past the weapon design, I actually do kind of dig his combined mode, and it's probably my favorite of the three modes that this one offers. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this one. It's probably my least favorite Otomonin. I don't know, it's just kind of boring for me. The T-Rex mode looks weird. The robot mode also isn't too great. It's so blocky. This mode's okay, but it has its weapons problems. So, I mean, if you're collecting all of them, you're probably already going to buy this, so it doesn't matter. But if you're being choosy, I definitely recommend checking out one of the other ones. I really like Surfer Maru. The UFO one's pretty neat too. Just all of the other ones have something a little more off-right, I think. So it's probably my least favorite. So if you're going to be choosy, definitely check out the other ones. I think this is one of the weaker ones that does have its moments of coolness and design bits, but it's, like I said, it's probably my least favorite. I just think it's got some weak choices going on here and some boring choices as well. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure to check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangersrambles.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.